green spaces, areas of natural beauty. And it was often the first thing they mentioned in the groups. They saw these as places that they could go, they could be used by the whole community free of charge, places where they could go and escape the stresses of daily life and recharge. And I think important to say is that people in urban areas, like the people we spoke to in Barking who had access to their local park, they were just as passionate and just as protective about this as people who had areas of outstanding natural beauty on their doorstep. And that maps onto the survey work as well. Heritage was also considered really important. This was typically spoken about in terms of industry, and usually that which didn't exist anymore as well. So like coal mining in Barnsley, the docks in Blyth, textiles in Nottingham. And they thought that these industries gave the area character in terms of the landscape and the people that live there. But for others, heritage was about local landmark. And, people in Barking spoke about the 2012 Olympics, while in Nottingham, they referenced an 1844 Pugin Cathedral. So new or old, it was just local landmarks that mattered. Being represented and being seen as a result was also really important. They wanted their area to be known, and they wanted it to be appreciated in the way that they appreciated it. And popular culture is one way in which this can happen. So participants in Barnsley talked a lot about Kes and how this said something about the area to other people, while people in Nottingham explained that wherever they went in the world, they were known as Robin Hood City. They stood for freedom, for justice, for fairness. More broadly, having ambassadors was thought to be really important, someone that can promote the area nationally or on a global stage and act as inspiration for people still living there as well, that they can make a success of themselves. So there was a participant in Barnsley who talked about cricket umpire Dickie Bird and how he's known all over the world and he's never lost his accent, whereas people in Nottingham spoke about Paul Smith and the work that he's done to promote the heritage of the city. Sporting success was also talked about. So participants said, it helps raise the profile of the local area. So participants in Blyth talked about FA Cup runs that the Spartans had had, and that meant that they were on Match the Day. So everyone could see their town and their local club.